Welcome, everyone. Today's Friday, October 11th, 2019. I've got Bill Hagan with us, principal of Souhegan High School. We're going to talk to you in a little bit, Bill. Thanks for being here today.
Good morning, Adam.
First, some news for this week. Our 8th grade students have been visiting Ecology School over the last 2 weeks. I visited them last week up in Maine. AMS is expanding its partnership with the Ecology School. Both our 6th and 8th grade camps will be held there, and their education staff is partnering with AMS to align the experience and learning with our local curriculum. The Ecology School will also be working with our 5th and 7th graders at AMS as a residency program. This 4-year partnership will help students to deepen their understanding of ecology and the role humans play in shaping our ecosystem. Great experience for kids.
Yes, it is.
Our My Time program was honored at the 2019 Family Engagement Month recognition ceremony held at October 3rd at the Audubon Society in Concord, New Hampshire. The event celebrated and recognized parents, school, healthcare, behavioral health personnel, and community members who have had a significant impact on improving family engagement to support children's education, health, and well-being during the last school year. This program was nominated by an Amherst family, so congratulations to those folks at the middle school. At the Mount Vernon Village School, Miss Graham's class does Keep the Quote. Each week, the students strive to embrace the quote of the week. A student is then chosen to receive the quote poster who fits it best that particular week. Students in this image are recognizing the quote that students have been trying to embrace, which is throw kindness around like confetti. Great program. All right. In Miss Shorrock's class, they had visit from the Amherst Police Department. The PD visited and they learned about fingerprints and how science impacts our daily lives. They also solved a mystery of who ate Miss Shorrock's cookies by comparing fingerprints. Thank you to Captain Champoli and Detective Smith for taking so much time out of your day. That sounds like fun.
Yes, it sounds like a great activity.
Mrs. McCarthy's class at the middle school had 2 great parts of their ELA curriculum. Last Friday, the kids did an awesome job with the Sherpa interview, and this week, each team participated in a rock climbing field trip to EVO Rock Climbing in Concord, New Hampshire. This was all work they did in building background knowledge before embarking on their first novel, Peak. Here are some pictures from Clark School, where every morning they recite the Pledge of Allegiance and have a mindful minute. Good way to start the day. So, Bill, tonight the Souhegan Sabres take on the Pelham Pythons in football. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
And what's special about this game this week?
Well, this evening we have New Hampshire Tackles Hunger. It's a statewide campaign our high schools, local high schools participate in. It's a great program. Fans can bring in canned goods to the stadium and get in free.
Oh, wow, how great.
Bring in canned goods. So it's a great program. It's been around for a number of years now.
That's great. And I also understand that the Patriots will be at tonight's football game.
Yes, there are going to be some Patriots there.
Yeah. So to be clear, that's the Amherst Patriots. Our junior football teams have the opportunity to participate before the game, and that'll be a great fun to have them there as well. Future Souhegan Sabres.
Yes, they are.
So, Bill, you were once principal at Amherst Middle School.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
How was that experience for you?
That was a great experience for me. It was my first principalship. I had the good fortune to land at the middle school, a middle school that was nationally recognized among the best in the country. It had an incredibly experienced staff, and that combination of things was a great learning experience, professional learning experience for me. I have taken lessons from that time throughout my career and applied them going forward.
So, Bill, you left Amherst Middle School and you made a big switch from the middle school to the high school age group. Now, why that switch?
Well, I was 23 years at the middle school and felt that I was, as we quote, a middle school guy. Never thought I would leave. A superintendent that I had worked for, Dr. LeBranch, had approached me at a point in time along the way and asked me if I was interested in exploring a high school position.
Tell us about Souhegan High School from your perspective, the first few months of being here.
Well, as you're aware, when we talked initially about this as a possibility in an interim position, I was ready to retire, but the opportunity, once again, the professional experience and opportunity to come to work at such an outstanding high school was too attractive. I'm not sure I would have taken on another role, but to come to Souhegan High School with its long-standing as a school of excellence was something I couldn't resist.
So, Bill, I've worked 3 other high schools in the state as well, but Souhegan's a different place. What makes Souhegan so special?
You build relationships with kids, and that is how you access learning with kids. And to the extent that this school has been able to sustain that high level of relationship building with kids, that mission, that culture that's there, is the most impressive thing that you can see.
Recently, Souhegan High School had their 10-year reaccreditation visit by NEASC. Every high school has to go through accreditation to be an accredited high school, and every 10 years thereafter, they come out and do a very in-depth review of the school and ensure whether it can be accredited or not. And I've been through that process at a few other schools. I know you have.
Yes, I have.
I read through the report from NEASC, and it was remarkable. The number of things that were commendations, I just found to be unparalleled in some other places. What are some of the things that stood out to you from that NEASC report?
I was just totally impressed with, once again, the strand that was through each standard, which was the commitment that the staff has to. One being a progressive staff in terms of educational practice, but 2, and most importantly, that commitment to relationship building with kids. It was through every one of the standards that was identified by NEASC, and it was loud and clear as the core values that Souhegan High School still possesses 28 years later.
So, Bill, you've been an educator for how many years?
I think this is 40 or 41.
Okay, so 40 or 41 years. Very successful career. Difficult jobs as administrators, not an easy job, but you've been very, very successful. When you look back over your career, what's something you're very proud of?
Wow, that's a good question. I'm proud of a lot of things. I think what I'm probably most proud of is my own professional growth. And what I mean by that is when you're young and you start up in this profession, you learn from the books, you get your degree, you get into an experience as typically an assistant principal, and then when you make the leap into the principalship, which is a very unique position, there is so much to learn. And I feel now, after 21 or so years as an administrator, that I'm finally beginning to get it. It is each school that I've worked at, outstanding institutions of learning, outstanding places for kids to be. And at each school that I've worked at, I've been able to take away from the people that I've worked with.
So, Bill, earlier you mentioned Dr. LaBranch. So, Dr. LaBranch was a superintendent in New Hampshire at 28 years of age. He's now in in his retirement years and was a superintendent in many places around the state. And really was someone that bridged you and I together.
Yes.
Bill and I had never met before, and when I knew that we needed a principal at Souhegan, I had reached out, and it really was a lot because of Dr. LaBranch's perspective on you. So I know Dr. LaBranch watches these videos. So say a few words about Dr. LaBranch, if you would.
Dr. LaBranch and I go back to my very first teaching position. I coached his older daughter, and Gene coached his son, Matt. I coached Matt in basketball. Gene coached him in soccer. He'd be at a lot of our practice sessions when the kids were playing. And
Not just games, you would come to
practice
practice.
sessions, yes. I went to work in the Pelham School District from there, which he was the superintendent of as well. Again, you're taking a chance on me again, and again, always there for help when you needed to ask him a question. Always had good advice to give you. I went into retirement mode, and this happened. And once again, I just so appreciate my time with and the opportunity to get to know Dr. LaBranch along the way, and all that he's been able to provide for me, just in terms of my growth as a professional, and the support that he's always given me. He's a good man.
So I would not be a superintendent without Dr. LaBranch. He helped me understand the role and my ability to hopefully do it one day in his likeness, and he's someone I still receive mentorship from today. So, well, Bill, thanks for being with me this week. Very much appreciate it. Great job at
having me.
Sohegan.
Thank you.
And have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.